Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. I don't know if it's just me, but in living in the post 9/11 world with eyes open, it seemed that who's ever running this big show, this big charade, really does want to play God over our lives. And the way I've understood that is just by being ruled with lies and expected to believe and obey those lies, as most people in mainstream society do. And anyway, I'm so grateful for discovering these skills of numerology and gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words, and also just learning about how all this is being done to us, because now it makes it so easy to see through, and I can see that my assumptions truly are correct. These people really do want to play God. And a great example of that is the recent USA Freedom Act. Remember, True Seeker, this was passed June 2nd. We'll get back to why that's significant. But 7 days later, on June 9th, in White House, there was a bomb threat that shut down the Capitol for a second, called into the Metropolitan Police Department at 1:53 p.m. And right away I said, you got to be kidding me. The God number. In the Bible, the miracle catch of fish. It should be noted, True Seeker, that with Pythagorean gematria, fish sums to 24 and with the S exception 33. With simple English gematria 42 and with Jewish gematria 113. The numbers of fish, which we'll get back to. 153 fish caught in the miraculous catch. The word miraculous has a Pythagorean gematria of 42. But anyway, the USA Freedom Act passed a week earlier on June 2nd. Remember, the word Mason equals 62. The word God equals 26. The Masons want to be reflections of God. This date is written 6/2 in the United States, but in other parts of the world, 2/6. Remember, God and Mason, reflections of each other in gematria. God equals 26. The English alphabet's 26 letters. The word Mason, 62. 62. I did a post recently on God. I talked about this subject in great depth. Please check out that video. It's called The Meaning of the Word God. At least I think that's what I called it. Ha! Also, though, True Seeker, June 2nd is the 153rd day of the year, the date this passed. These people who want to play God passing these laws that make it legal for them to essentially spy on us. This follows up on the Patriot Act, which was a gigantic tribute to George, probably King George. This was passed on 10/26. Remember, 26 is the God number. We're talking about how God's connected to 153, these other numbers. 10 plus 26 is 36, plus 1 more is 37, number of significance, plus 20 more is 57. And again, like I said, George equals 57. Of the first 6 presidents, 4 were inaugurated at the age of 57, including George Washington. The word moon equals 57. The moon's on a 19-year cycle with the Earth. It does a perfect reset in the night sky every 19 years. So every 3 cycles is 57 years. The word moon equals 57. It seems that the people who are behind this, not only are they about numbers, but they're also all about solar, moon position, astrology, all of it. It's all calculated. It's funny how some people write comments like, well, you need to start including this too. It's like, you guys, you have to realize I'm one person. I work a job. I have a girlfriend. It's amazing how much time I'm able to free up to put into this, really. So to ask me to do more, okay, trust me, I'm always trying to do more, but let's be real here. I'm already putting out a lot of information. I have a written blog in addition to the video blog. So anyway, Truth Seeker, this Patriot Act passed on the 153rd day. A week later, we get a bomb threat to Washington, D.C. at 1:53 p.m. And why do they do this? To remind us that we need things like the USA Freedom Act, right? They want us to think that we're under some threat from some foreign enemy that's bearded and Islamic. They can go down to Arizona and pass Flight Simulator and then fly a commercial airliner and make it turn into a F-16 fighter jet as it detonates into a building, blowing up a skyline bigger than any Bruce Willis movie. You know what I mean? Are you following me? The zombie masses aren't. Treating us like sheep. But again, truth seeker, these numbers 153, 351, they come back to this shape that's used so often in Christianity and in other religious symbolism. The Vesica Piscis, which the Greek said was the matrix of life. With regards to the word God, which this all connects back to, God in Pythagorean gematria sums to 17, and if you add 1 through 17, it sums to 153. That number again. Just showing you how this is all connected to God. And when it passed, it made me want to go back and look at it, Truth Seeker. It made me want to go back and look at it. It was introduced on May 22nd, 2014. And it was proposed by the 113th Congress, the 113. Let me show you something, Truth Seeker. Again, in the Bible, the miracle catch of 153 fish has this gematria of 113. So it was proposed by the 113th Congress, passed on a date with 153 numerology. Recently in politics, we had this Loretta Lynch struggle for the president to get an attorney general. She was nominated on the 311th day of the year, and the whole charade came to an end on the 113th day of the year, April 23rd. And her name sums to 153. All throughout history, they've done this, Truth Seeker. Albert Einstein came to the country in 33, another number connected to fish, this miraculous catch. He died on a date with 33 numerology, born on a date with 33 numerology. I'm just doing this to show you how this stuff is through and through. This is our history. Religion, science, the laws of the land. It's all done by Freemasons. The Freemasons are editing this. Again, the word Mason sums to 62, like June 2nd. Pythagorean 17, like God, like connected to this 153. I hope I'm coming through to you. If you saw this video footage of the way these people, the press cleared out for the bomb threat, they went out of there so leisurely. It just shows you, these people are in on it. They know what kind of hoax they live within, and they shut their mouths and they don't tell the truth to collect a check. Anybody who does that in this world is a sellout fucking piece of shit. And that's what we need to learn as a society. That's why there needs to be a war in this nation, because we're all getting fucked in the ass. All of us who are quiet, obedient, we're getting destroyed with lies and deceitful laws, and it's not going to stop until the day we throw these people out of power. The media, the police, the courts, the politicians, the religious thugs. USA Freedom Act. Remember something, Truth Seeker. Freemason. 96. Think about this word free that they love to shove down our throats in this country. Free. I want to show you what free is. Come on, Jim. Hold on, Truth Seeker. Free. Free in Jewish gematria is 96. 96. Just think about that word. What kind of word really is that? What is free in this world? I'll leave you there, Truth Seeker. Until